Hello and welcome back to my channel, Small Cat Big World. I'm Kirsten and today we are talking about 6 zero waste myths. A lot of people have differing opinions on exactly what zero waste is, and I'm sure your opinion is different than mine, but these are a few things that I've seen on Facebook and Instagram that I found important to address. Let's take some time to debunk some of the most common things I hear about zero waste. Number 1, you produce zero waste. No, actually, in our current economy, it's completely impossible to produce zero waste. Even the people that have the little mason jar trash jars and are producing zero waste in their home are probably still producing zero waste behind the scenes. If you have a car, if you shop at a grocery store, if you get takeout or eat at a restaurant, all those stores are producing waste when they're ordering in products. You can lessen the amount of waste you produce by shopping at zero waste stores like Pick Eco Refills. They work with carriers to make sure that there is as little packaging as possible on things. They order things in larger quantities that we might not be able to access. And they make sure that everything is responsibly dealt with. But that being said, you can't produce zero waste. It's a dream and it's a goal, and the lifestyle is called zero waste because of that dream. But no, you don't produce zero waste. Number 2, zero waste is really expensive. Yes and no. If you're buying the trendy high-end items, yeah, it's gonna get expensive. But that's a decision that you're making. Making more sustainable choices and lowering the impact that you make on the planet could actually end up being cheaper and lowering your budget. Things like getting rid of your car. Suddenly you don't have to pay for gas, you don't have to pay for insurance. If you live in big cities, you don't have to pay a parking fee. Buying local, buying seasonal products that don't have to be imported or produced elsewhere can be cheaper. Eating less meat, having meatless Mondays is definitely cheaper. So there are even things that you can do that are free, like volunteering, picking up garbage, growing vegetables from the groceries, from the seeds that are in the groceries that you bring home, are all free, can all lessen your impact, and doesn't have to be expensive. Number 3, zero waste is for everyone. To a degree, zero waste assumes that you are physically and mentally able to make the commitments and lifestyle choices in the lifestyle. I like to recognize whenever possible that I am a white, middle-class, cisgender woman. Life is pretty easy or easier for me than most. I'm not worried about where my next meal is coming from. I am physically able to walk or ride a bicycle if I choose to, and I don't rely on single-use sanitary products in my daily life to get by. In a way, the zero waste lifestyle does promote an ableist culture, and I will be one of the first to admit that. I recognize that not everyone is able to do every aspect of zero waste, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try, and that doesn't mean that you should give up on it. I will probably never be able to be vegetarian again due to some digestive issues that I had. And because of that, I've found the zero waste lifestyle and community to be really toxic. A lot of people are really quick to shoot me down and claim that I am not a true zero waster because I eat meat. But unfortunately, that's just something I'm not able to do. I also live with someone who is not fully dedicated to the zero waste lifestyle. So that's going to have an effect on it too if you have a roommate or a partner that isn't completely in line with it. Number 3 also kind of leads into number 4. You have to be vegan or minimalist to be part of the zero waste lifestyle. No. While vegan, minimalist, slow living all have aspects that are similar to the zero waste lifestyle, one is not a requirement for the other. I was vegetarian for 4 years. I absolutely loved it. But due to having a poor immune system and high stress, I ended up getting a bacteria infection in my stomach that caused some other symptoms that I'm not going to be able to get rid of. And for this reason, I can't eat high quantities of highly inflammatory items like beans, tofu, fermented products, dairy, gluten, peanuts. The list goes on. And a lot of those items are really high protein sources for vegans and vegetarians. So while I do try to reduce the meat that we consume by doing meatless meals here and there, it's not something that I can do 100% of the time. And it's not something that you should have to expect to do 100% of the time. One of the things you see on Instagram and Facebook a lot is that we need more people being imperfectly zero waste, doing what you can and what you feel you are able to do. Does that mean you have to be vegan? No. Does that mean you have to get rid of everything in your life and be minimalist? No. But if you're trying to reduce zero waste, if you're trying to reduce your waste, then like do that. You don't have to be part of all these other trendy little niches. Number 5, zero waste is pretty. No. Sorry. A lot of zero waste is not what you see on Instagram, and a lot of it is not considered Instagram worthy. There are aspects of zero waste like composting that aren't pretty, don't smell great. I currently have my worm bin sitting in my living room, and a 3-tier Rubbermaid container is not pretty, but it works. I use deodorant. That's a paste that you apply with your hands. Not pretty, not fun. Some people just don't want to do that and they refuse to use the paste deodorant because they think it's gross. So not every aspect of zero waste is going to be super pretty. Number 6, zero waste is also sustainable. Just because you're making low waste plastic free choices does not mean you're being more sustainable. I see a lot of people going cold turkey and getting rid of all of the single-use products, plastic products they have in their home, and then buying brand new plastic-free products. And this is not inherently sustainable. By doing that, you are creating a larger demand for new products and things to be put into the cycle. Also, you have to keep in mind that as things become trendy or popular, they tend to become less sustainable. Things like coconut oil and palm oil were once seen as a really great thing and a really great idea. But as the demand for them got higher, the companies that produce them have to look at cheaper options for labor. Sometimes they look at, lower standards of living. They're clear-cutting trees to make way for more coconut trees to produce coconut oil, and none of that is sustainable or good for the environment. So by being zero waste does not mean you are also automatically making sustainable choices. And it's really important that you're critically thinking and analyzing everything that you're buying and purchasing and bringing into your home to make sure that they are both plastic free but also environmentally sustainable. So what does this say for zero waste? It's not achievable for everyone, and zero waste does not mean that you produce absolutely zero waste. But the world needs more people who are willing to be imperfectly zero waste. We've already seen a lot of changes happening for the better with the banning of single-use products. We've been seeing a lot of eco-friendly and environmental solutions coming up and being a big focus for government and political discussion. So let's keep that momentum going and make sure that we're snuffing out any toxic behavior.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. You don't realize for a new YouTuber how much this means to me every time I see a notification pop into my inbox. So thank you all for the encouragement, and I hope to have another video out for you soon.